product packaging, and a few bonus tips. Now, product packaging is one way that you can really set yourself apart from the competition. You got to think of it from the customer standpoint too. When they receive the box or their item, you want them to have an experience when they open the Amazon box and then they see your product. Make it memorable and make it quality. Now, a side note, not every product needs packaging. If you're selling some office pens and maybe you don't need the nicest packaging, or maybe you still want to. But in this video, I'm gonna give you just a few tips on product packaging and how to go about getting started with it. In order to start product package design, we need a few things. First, we need to ask our supplier for die cuts or die lines for the product package. Now, they know exactly the size of the box that it's going to ship in or that the item's going to be in, and they can get their designer to create a mock-up that looks something like what we see here. And what it is, it's basically the product package completely unfolded and the dimensions for everything. Now, they'll typically give this to you in either a Adobe Illustrator file, .ai, or a PDF, sometimes a Photoshop. But most designers want it in a PDF or an AI file. Now, after you have this is when you can start working on the product packaging. Now, a couple bonus tips that I recommend. I recommend having your main keyword for your product very prevalent on your product packaging. I also recommend for it to not be too busy. You don't want it too cluttered. And finally, spend the money to do it right. Now, we had that other video that says do it right the first time, and I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Maybe it costs you a couple extra $100 to do it right, but think of this product as something that's going to make you tens of thousands of dollars during its lifespan. So make it represent that and reflect that. Now, let me give you a few examples of product packaging that I like that show what I see here as main point number one, the main keyword as very prevalent. So the first example here we have is under meal prep containers, and I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit. And I really like this product packaging right here. You notice the keyword for this product, meal prep containers. That's exactly what I searched, right? And someone looking for that, it'll pop out. As opposed to something like this, which just has some vegetables and maybe it says on here in small letters, bento box, right? Or something like this that you can't even read and doesn't look high quality at all. Or this, no packaging. Or this, just some dots. You can't look at any of that. And here's our product, the one that I like. Notice it says meal prep containers. Let's click and get a closer look at this product packaging. And let's blow it up a little bit. Here it is. So notice, it's not super busy. It jumps out at you. It gets the information across easily, and you see it has that main keyword, really huge, meal prep containers. It doesn't leave any questions to what it is, and it really jumps out at you. It's very clear. I really like this. And you see they have a little slogan, a little tagline. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And it's very clean. So let's look at our second. Now, the second one, the keyword I typed in is hot sauce kit. And this seller does a good job with making their product packaging very simple, but very clear. So you can see this one as opposed to it. It looks like some white label. You can kind of make out something in it. You see this seller also is the one who sells here. And you can see the same information on here, hot sauce kit. So some sellers decide to have a picture of the item, or some just like to have the product packaging. Now, I like to do a mixture of both. I try to have the product packaging in there and also the item like this. But imagine this on this listing. Now let's look at a little closer look at it. And again, my tip is to have your keyword in big, nice letters. It doesn't mean you're not having your same branding or something on there. You can still put your logo or something. But as a new seller on Amazon, most people aren't going to be looking for your name brand. They're going to be just looking for the item, and you want it to look and catch their attention in their eyes. And that's one way to do it. Because someone who types in that keyword and they see that same keyword pop up in the product packaging, nice and clear, has a huge impact. Now if we look, the seller does it too on quite a few of their items. See, he didn't design like this most beautiful box or something, which you can do, but he definitely has a very clear, easy to read product packaging, and we see it here with some of his other items. So those are my 2 tips, is to have that main keyword prevalent on your product packaging, because retail packaging in a store is different than what you're going to see on Amazon. You want everything to try to catch the customer's eyes as best as possible. And again, not too busy. We're not trying to give them a kaleidoscope to look at. And finally, spend the money to do it right. Now, I have a few resources I'll put in a PDF on who I recommend you trying out to get some product packaging. Doesn't mean that you can't find some good product packaging on something like Fiverr, but I really recommend going to something a little higher scale. And remember, you're only doing this once. Let's do it the right way.